call that like an alter ego, and maybe so, but I'll tell you, it really does help when you feel like, man, Shaun McAlister doesn't know enough about marijuana. But El Jefe de Mota knows all about marijuana. And so when you have this, persona shift, when you're like, all right, I'm on. Like when you're like a musician on stage, you got to put that personality on. And if you can do that, it'll just make you feel a little bit less, a little nervous, because it's not you, it's that performance now. Because like up here, anybody who knows me knows that how I am up here is very different from how I am in person, but it's because it's a performance. I got to keep you interested and engaged in this, what we're talking about here. And that's what you have to do too. You have to you have to think about it like a performance whenever you're talking about somebody who needs to be convinced. Because it's up to you to say the right thing in the right way, in the right order, that's going to hopefully change their mind, right? Right? Everybody's falling asleep. Somebody has a black Isuzu next door with their lights on. SUV. So if that could be you, I would encourage you to go and rethink leaving your lights on all day. But isn't that great? Isn't that great? No, don't worry about changing up. We'll just help you out later. When it's dead, it's cool. We're good. Please continue. So I kind of talked a little bit about the Cowtown rally earlier. I don't know if I mentioned, it's going to be next Saturday, February 7th. It's going to be in Fort Worth, Trinity Park Pavilion 3, which is an awesome place for this type of thing. And we're going to have speakers, patients, advocates, parents out talking about marijuana. And we're going to have one speaker in particular that I'm extremely excited about, because it was my first time when we went to Austin. It was my first time getting to know her a little bit and seeing her courage and seeing what she was capable of. And I also think it may have been one of her first times seeing what she was capable of too. And what you're able to do when you've got somebody who has your back on this, you're going to amaze yourself. And she was so impressive that I asked her while we were still in Austin, Barbara, please, would you come and speak at our cannabis rally, our medical cannabis rally? And she looked at me like, what? No, what, me? Like, Barbara, what you just did, how you just talked to your representatives, it was wonderful. You were so on point. You need to be able to share this with people. She's like, all right, you know what, Shaun, I'm terrified, but I'll do it. I'll do it. Yes. And, right, yeah, you can clap. But this is really where I want you to clap. It's like, all right, Barbara, let's write your speech, and I'm going to give you notes on it. And you're going to practice it just like anybody else is going to practice their speech, right? You're going to be prepared. But what I want you to do, instead of waiting until the Cowtown Cannabis Rally to deliver your speech for the first time in front of potentially 1,000 or more people, how about you deliver it in front of about 100 people who already know and care about and love you and want to see you succeed here at our January meeting? And she said yes. And so please welcome me as Barbara gives her speech from the Cowtown Medical Cannabis Rally.
I need this to be shorter because I'm a midget. Okay. All right. Hello. It's nice to be here. All right. 4 days from today, I will be at the hospital having needles stuck in my chest while I receive chemotherapy. And today, I'm here talking to you. I am 31 years young, and I am suffering from stage 3 aggressive breast cancer. It's hard to believe, I know, because I'm so young, but here I am. My doctor told me that I had to have a double mastectomy. I had to do radiation and chemotherapy, and I began in June of 2014. As you know, it's almost February. That seems like forever ago. And my last treatment will be 3 days before I speak at the Medical Cannabis Rally. I've been on 5 different chemo drugs since I started. The first one was Taxol, and I was very allergic to it. I couldn't breathe. They pumped me full of Benadryl, Ativan, steroids, and put me on oxygen. It was very scary, but yet they continued to give me the drug anyway for over a month while I suffered. And the second combination, Taxotere, did the same thing. I was in agony. The third is what I'm currently on now. I'm on 3 different drugs. One of them has a great nickname. It's called the Red Devil, or the Red Death, and it makes me feel like shit.
I hate that drug.
Yeah, right? The other one is one called cytoxin, which had made my white blood cell count drop so low that I had to have shots that made me stay up at night and scream in agony. It was worth than giving birth, honestly. I've had 2 kids, and I would rather have another one right now than deal with that again. And the last one was 5-FU, and I get all 3 of those awesome drugs at one time, and I'm still here, able to fight. I started reading on the benefits of cannabis and cancer, and I came across a lot of information. I found out that cannabis has been known to show cell death in tumors. So even though I was hesitant, you know, it's illegal. None of us want to smoke weed. I guess I'm really just lying right now. But I started using it, and I noticed an improvement immediately. I was able to eat. I would actually sit in chemo and eat jambalaya while everyone else stared at me like I was a freak of nature. As a quote from Stuart Scott, you do not beat cancer, or when you die, that does not mean that you lose to cancer. You beat cancer by how you live, why you live, and in the manner in which you live. So regardless if this kills me or not, I have already won. I attended my first P.A.C.T meeting and lobbied for medical cannabis at the Austin, Texas Capitol. And I will do my best to continue to fight for what's right in the state of Texas, not only for me, but for everyone who deserves this miracle plant. The fact that I'm on chemo right now, I look healthy. I don't look sick. Most people wouldn't know I was sick unless I took off my hat and I showed everybody my bald head. And that's because of this plant and nothing else. Because before I started using it, I felt like I was gonna die. There are so many other reasons why I'm fighting. I'm also fighting for Team Alexis. I had the opportunity of getting to know her and Dean very well, and she inspires me beyond anything that I can. I just have no words. If a 9-year-old can do it, then I can do it. And I'm standing here right now talking to all of you, and it feels awesome. And I will continue to lobby. I'm going to Patient Advocate Day again. I'm probably going to go to the one on the 18th also. I have an appointment. So if I can do it, y'all can do it. There's no excuse. My best friend also suffers from epilepsy, but she's a mother, and seeing what she has to go through trying to care for her children while she's prone to having seizures is heartbreaking, and it's unfair, and she shouldn't have to relocate to Colorado to have a good life.
That's right. That's right.
She should be able to access whole plant marijuana, not just CBD only. It only helps 18% of epilepsy patients, and that is not enough. That percentage is not high enough. It's ridiculous, in my honest opinion. Thank you all for coming out and supporting medical cannabis. And each and every one of you has the power to make a difference. Thank you.
Now that's marijuana activism, my friends.
That's crazy. Yeah.
How many people think that one day you could be up here giving your